Okay, so we have a quadratic equation problem here for the secondary mathematics. Question 1. The diagram shows the graph of y equals x squared plus bx minus 10. So this is a quadratic equation. What's a quadratic equation, guys? Now, quadratic equation will have the equation like this: ax squared plus bx plus c, whereby a cannot be 0. So basically a is some numerical value that is either positive or negative. Okay, so in this case that a is 1x squared, we have a quadratic expression. First question, find the value of b. B is unknown. B is the coefficient of x. And the way to do that is to focus our efforts here on this diagram. Okay, so we have a quadratic smiley face. Okay, the graph goes like this. Or a quadratic graph can also go like this. This will depends on the coefficient of x squared. Okay, so how does it depend on the coefficient of x squared? Let's say that coefficient of x squared, which is, let's say it's a, is positive, more than 0. You'll have smiley face. If the coefficient of x squared is negative, right, less than 0, you will have a sad face. So what is smiley face, sad face? You see, whenever someone is very positive, that person likes to smile. Ding. When someone's negative, that person is always very sad. Okay, so that's how you can actually remember your shapes of the quadratic graph. So how do we find the value of b? We need one coordinate. We can use this, we can use this, but we cannot use this. Why is that so? Because at this y-axis, okay, at this point, the value of x here is 0. Okay, the value of x here is 1, for example. The value of x here is 2, for example. So if you use this point, all this will be 0. Look at the top here. B will also times 0. There will not be any more b to work with. Okay, so do not select this point because it doesn't work. But you can select this, you can select this as well. Okay, let's say for example you're using x equals to 5. Alright, so for part A, when x is equals to 5, the value of y on the x-axis is 0. The value of y here is 1. The value of y here is 2, and so on and so forth. So when x is 5, y is 0. Okay, so we go back to our equation, y equals to x squared plus bx minus 10. So 0 is equals to 5 squared plus b times 5 minus 10. Alright, so 0 equals to 25 plus 5b minus 10. 0 is 25 minus 10, that will be 15 plus 5b. You can bring 15 over, so negative 15 equals to 5b. I'm just rewriting now. 5b is negative 15. Okay, so b can be found. B is just negative 15 over 5, negative 3. Now the way to check your answer is to use this other point here. Okay, so go ahead, use this point now and pause this video, check your answer. Alright, so let's move on to part B next. Find the coordinates of the minimum point. The minimum point is over here, ding ding, at the bottom. Alright, now since you're given both x-intercepts, you can find the minimum point by observing the symmetry of the graph. Okay, a quadratic graph is always symmetrical about the x-intercept. So to find a minimum point or maximum point, Alright friends, you can use your x-intercepts to help you. Okay, take the middle of it, or if you're not given the x-intercept, you can use this thing called completing the square. Alright, now since in this question we are given the x-intercept, we can use this first method. Alright, so what is the x coordinate of your minimum point? Now, this will just be the middle of these 2 points. Okay, and how do you find the middle? Very simple. You will just take the two x values, x1 plus x2, and you divide it by 2. Okay, so in this case, you can take -2 plus 5 divided by 2. -2 plus 5 divided by 2. And guys, you will get 1.5. Okay, so at this particular point, ding, 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 this is 1.5. Okay, and do check it out, because from 1.5 to 5, it's a difference of 3.5. From here to here is also 3.5, because this is half, 1.5, plus another 2, 3.5. So this is really indeed the middle of these two values. So when x is 1.5, what is y? This is where you got to substitute this 1.5 into your main equation here. Alright, so the main equation goes like this: x squared x squared plus bx minus 10, and b is -3 here. X squared minus 3x, and then minus 10. So 1.5 squared minus 3 times 1.5 minus 10. So this, my friends, will be 1.5 squared will actually be 2.25 minus 1.5. This is not half, this is 1.5. So 3 times 1.5 is 4.5. 4.5 minus 10. Okay, so this will now give you a -2.25 minus 10, which is -12.25. So therefore, the minimum point will be the x coordinate, which is 1.5, is 1.5, and -12.25. Okay, so this is our final answer for this question.